Today's recipe is a mixed veg raita. Now, raita is often served alongside an Indian meal and for good reason too. Typically from the north of India, there are lots of other ways with yogurt around the country. This dish has amazing, refreshing and digestive properties. Now, interestingly, it is not known as a coolant in Ayurveda. Now, follow me while I take you through the steps, and then maybe I'll share lots of other recipes for raita too. Don't forget to hit subscribe so you can support my work and never miss a post. Let's go. This recipe uses cucumber, little cherry tomatoes, and red onion. Cucumber, of course, lovely and crunchy in a raita. Cherry tomatoes, because I had them. If you have a regular one large tomato, will do absolutely fine as well. And then red onion. I just think red onion's so much nicer in anything salady. The important thing here is to chop everything into tiny little pieces. So you have crunch, but also everything should feel really even and nice. So I'm chopping everything up, and the tomatoes will be next. And then all of that goes into this metal bowl that I've got sitting and waiting. There are so many different kinds of raitas. Cucumber and mint, of course, is the really popular one. But I'll show you that another time. Let's do this one. Now, the veg, when it goes into the bowl, you add a little bit of salt to it. Now, what that does, the salt, is it extracts all the excess liquid from the raw salad ingredients, so that when you drain the veg and put it in the yogurt later, the vegetables retain their crunch. So you will get a little bit of sort of almost salad liquid, if you like, coming out from this. And that's absolutely fine. You can drain the veg. I tend to just drink it, or you can add it into something that you're cooking. It's not an issue at all. So this needs to sit for an hour or so. You'll see beautifully evenly chopped. And yeah, we're just going to let that wait. Now, in the meantime, we're going to roast some cumin seeds in a little pan. So the flame here, the heat is about medium. You don't want to burn them. Cumin seeds burn quite quickly. You're just moving them around for a few seconds until warm, and then we grind them. And what this does is it makes cumin seeds earthy and really warm, really kind of intensifies their flavor. And that is very traditionally used with yogurt in chaat, in raita, in Indian cuisine. So I've got here some natural yogurt. Greek yogurt doesn't quite work for raita. It's too thick. So you want a low-fat natural yogurt ideally. And then grab a handful of the raw veg. You can see all this liquids come out of it. Give it a good squish to extract the moisture from them, and then pop them in the bowl of yogurt. I use roughly 1:1 ratio of natural yogurt to vegetables. So about a cup of chopped vegetables to a cup of yogurt, if that makes sense. And that liquid, by the way, is absolutely delicious. So yes, do please drink it. Now we're going to fold that in. Remember, the vegetables have been salted. That's why I haven't added salt to the yogurt, because obviously they've already got some in there. So mix it together really well, evenly. You will see that the yogurt will loosen a bit more after the veg go in as well. So, even though it looks quite thick now, it will be less thick as we go on. Now to put our spices on it. That is kala namak. Kala namak is black salt. It is quite mineral. It's sulfuric in its taste, and it has brilliant affinity with yogurt as well. It's also quite good for digestive purposes. So let's mix that together. I would always taste as you go along to make sure that everything tastes just how it should. There you go. Here's a little bite for you. And then when that's done and you've got it tasting right as you like it, we're going to put some chili powder on top. If you're going for a more family-friendly vibe, you can use Kashmiri chili powder, which is not as spicy, but I've got some chili powder here. And then that ground roasted cumin. So just make a pretty design here. By the way, this is not my strong point, making things look pretty. So I'm doing my best here, guys. Hopefully you can be better than me. And so yes, just make it look really pretty on top. I chopped some coriander, fresh coriander earlier, so I'm just going to pop a little bit of that. Now, raita. So raita has this incredible ability to soothe the system. In Ayurveda, yogurt is actually a heating ingredient, not a cooling ingredient. However, yogurt does have something called casein in it. And casein soothes the heat receptors that go off when we eat spicy food. That is why it is very scientific for it to feature alongside spicy meals or on a thali. And it is literally always alongside a full Indian meal. And hot summers, we genuinely cannot do without this, especially the cucumber and yogurt version, because it's so calming and soothing and digestive. This raita comes straight out of the fridge where it's been sitting and cooling, and it's ice cold, and I can't wait to tuck in to give it a little taste. Listen to that crunch as well. If you enjoyed this, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I look forward to sharing the next recipe.